What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome back to another episode of Mekanism ModSauce. That's right. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing pretty good. It's my first time on for the week. Oh man, super excited. What have we been up to? Oh man, 66 levels. Oh no, Illuminati. No, I guess that's only, there's 3 6s. I still don't even know where that came from, but I think it's pretty funny. Anyway, guys, let's see. What were we up to? We were working on the 100% perfect wither skeleton killer. Oh yeah, baby. So we could get all those wither skeleton heads to turn them into stars to then burn in the generator. Oh yeah, baby. And I think it's been going pretty well. But when I popped on today to look at how many skulls we had, let's see. Skull. Oh no, there's no wither skeleton skulls. What's going on? What about stars? Stars? No stars? What the heck's been going on? Well, I did turn on our nether quarry. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I did turn it on just while I was away because I wanted stuff and things to happen. Let's see about our soul sand. We had like close to 300,000. Whoa, now we have close to 800,000 soul sand. So at least that's being taken care of. But the skulls, they're still not filling up. It's still not going. It's still not fast enough. What the heck is going on? Well, why don't we go check it out? I really was hoping to be done with this. I mean, man, oh man, it's been so many episodes we've been working on this. Of course, once the soul shards thing is fixed, it's not going to be a problem. But let's find out what's going on. Let's see, let's turn that off. And we have our thing over here. So let's get our little Game Boy. How many times have we gone back and forth? Oh man. So what's going on? Are our swords okay in here? Remember we set up last time? This is what we set up. We set up a thing to automatically, when the swords lost charge. Yeah, they're doing fine. I'm seeing stuff going. Both the swords are fine. We got all the other swords already charged, waiting, loaded to go in. So then what the heck's going on? What the heck is going on? I'm thinking that we are starting to run low on the essence. Because if you notice, they're not spawning in all that quickly. They're dying fine. The thing's killing them. It's getting the heads. We've already gotten 5 skulls since we've been here, but they're not spawning in fast enough. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let's go hop over and let's take a peek at where we're making essence. Now, I've already looked at all this. I already know what's going on. Let's just throw. Come on. There's still a little bit of lag. I noticed actually a decent amount of lag hopping between worlds, which kind of unfortunate. It's the one thing I don't like about the compact machines is going back and forth. But let's go ahead to spawners. And it's still going. It is still going. I just don't think it's going fast enough. Let's see, essence. Yes, look it's empty. It's just, we're using up the essence faster than we're making it. Well, that's understandable. But that seems to be the bottleneck. So, how are we going to fix this? Well, of course, I think we're just going to add in more spawners. Look at this. I built the thing up about 60-ish blocks in height. So that's pretty cool. We don't have enough spawners to fill it yet. But I did go ahead, and I really like these blades just because they don't take any fall damage when you build it up vertically. But I went ahead and these are all full blaze spawners. So that's a lot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 more. 11 more, and I think we only had 8 here. So that's going to go up pretty high. Let's go ahead, put those in, and see where we can go. I want to apologize, by the way, guys, about the background noise. There's just crazy construction that's been going on at my house forever. Not my house, but the house next door. And they're also blowing the leaves today, so it's a little bit of a mess. Anywho, how we are going to deal with this for the on-off switch, because I want to be able to add those in, we're going to have to make a whole bunch of the Tinker's drawbridges. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at that. Drawbridge and the extended drawbridges, they'll push out 64 blocks. 64. Yes, that's crazy. Now to make those, we need Ardite, Cobalt, no problem. We have so much of that. But we need to make these normal drawbridges. So no biggie. Blank cast, aluminum brass. How do we make aluminum brass? Is that only through aluminum brass dust? How do we get that? Ooh, we can make it. Aluminum brass. Okay, so aluminum and copper powder will do it. All right, well, that's cool. I should set up a recipe for that. All right, I think we're all good. Let's get our 12th drawbridge. Nice. Let's throw these into the system. Let's now make the extended drawbridges. Bam, 4. Again, that redstone. Always running out. Just make 100 of them, why not? And bam, bam, 13. That's more than we needed, so we'll put one back. All right, we are in business. Now we need 12 stacks of glowstone. Or some type of lighty block. We'll just use glowstone because we have the most. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think that should be enough. So let's run back over to the mob farm. Let's close that. Open up spawners. And this is pretty easy. Pretty simple. Hopefully this will be enough. Blades are a little bit more difficult to deal with simply because of the fact that they can spawn at pretty high light levels. So anyway, let's throw a drawbridge down for each of these. Fill them up with glowstone. And then we should be able to just put a redstone signal at the top and it will extend all the way down to the bottom. So let me get these all filled in and then we will test it out. All right, got it all filled in. I'm going to do the redstone one block above just so that it doesn't conflict with each other. If I have it directly, if I had it on a block right there and it ran over the block, it would power those two. But then if I had another connection over here, it would power it again and it would just end up being weird. And I think this will work out much, much more to our advantage. So just like that, and it's only going to power the block when it passes over the this marble, the circular marble. So that's cool. We won't have any double redstone signals. And it should be super sweet. So now with just one flick of the lever, it should turn it on and off. And I'll probably change this to be a wireless thing later. But I think that's cool. Let's pop down inside. Let's just remove this first layer of this dark glass. Probably going to get beat up a little bit while doing this. And hopefully this is enough light to prevent spawns. Otherwise, it's going to be really bothersome. Got to be careful not to break that spawner at the top too while doing this. Oh man, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I know you guys hate me. I know. I am farming you for essence. I am grinding you down into a juice. But it ain't no reason to be hating me. Alright, almost done. Okay. So we got that done. Let's fly the heck out of here. And bam. Alright, so none of them can track me now. None of them should be able to track me now. So in fact, maybe I should log just to get them all dead. But anyway, I guess we can test this pretty soon. I'm going to wait for these guys to come down and die. All right, all the guys that are tracking me should be good and gone. And let's go ahead, flip this switch. Bet there's going to be mad lag, is there? It's actually not too bad. It's not too bad, getting a little worse. All right, extends down. And we should be all good. So I'm going to hang out for a second and see if we see any spawns, but I don't think there should be any. I'm also going to get out all of our cursed earth. All right, hopefully that should be way more than enough. And let me get out all the spawners that we collected and get all these bad boys installed. Oh, this is going to be cool. All right, guys, this is pretty sweet, pretty sweet. We have room for a lot more spawners to go in place. I do know that because they fall down so slow, the higher up they are, it's really not nearly as efficient, not to mention that as they're falling down, they're probably screwing up the mob caps for each of the other spawners. If there's a mob cap, I really don't know how it works for mob caps when there's cursed earth. I assume, though, it's still all the same things as the normal spawners. Anyway, let's extend this up and watch them spawn in. Oh man, that's cool. And then I put a couple of extra blocks up on top just so that none of the blaze would spawn on top of that top spawner and just chill there. This does seem like it's a much larger number of spawns. And I am seeing a few spawn in at the bottom, even with those other guys there. So hopefully this will work out. The other solution would be to have another tower and split up the spawners further apart. But let's see how this does. I can also put in other types of spawners, and I just have to do something that would reset their fall damage. Or else maybe, I'll see, maybe there's slime blocks in here, and I could just throw slime blocks across the bottom, or I could do water streams. The only problem with water streams, you know, so any other type of mob spawner, the mob wouldn't take damage. However, the blaze would get hurt. Now, you know what? Let me see how high that is. Let's get out our tape measure. Let's see. Tape, measure, tape. See how high the highest spawner is. Because it may not... It's getting close to being a kill. 38 blocks. I think that is going to kill them. I think that is going to kill them. We could test it out. I do have some other mobs. Let's see. Alright, I have 3 other mob spawners here. Let's find out what those actually are. Let's get rid of all these guys. And then I have these ones too. Oh, I don't know what those all are. I think these ones here, though, are witches. Let's find out. Okay, witch. Ooh. Alright, I think all 3 of these might all be witches. If that's the case, well, let's find out. Let's find out if they die or not. That shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, I should probably turn it off before doing it. Let me find out. All right, I put in 3 more spawners. They were all witches. Let's find out if the witches die from fall damage. Yes, they do. Dang it. Okay, what we can do is we could replace these lower spawners with the witches. However, the only negative part is that means the blaze is what I really want in lower, only because of the fact that they take so long to get down there. So we got to do that, or else we have to do something that resets their fall damage. So I think I'll play around with that. There is quite a few different things, but I haven't tested it yet. I'm going to, for now, put the witches in the 3 bottom slots, and then I'll move the blaze ones up higher. For now. But see, ideally, those mobs that fall are better up high because they move down quicker and they don't obstruct mob caps nearly as long. So anyway, I'm going to switch those 3 things up. We'll take a look at how fast the essence is going, whether we're still losing or not. But regardless, there's other things I'd like to move on for today. All right, so I've been sitting here watching. It seems like it's going well. None of the witches are dying on impact. I did move them down a little bit, but they seem like they're doing well. And what's also cool is we might actually get healing potions from them as well when they're dying. Let's actually look at that, because that would be super nice. Potion of healing 2. We might be. I don't recall making those ones. We also might not. Let's see. Is there any other potions that we're high on? I don't know. Let's keep an eye on it. We only have 4, so... Potion of is it regen or healing? I think they use healing. So we'll find out. That'll be interesting. But yeah, I think we're doing all right on the essence. I did have to turn it off a few times. So we're still going to have negative essence. But you can see when it gets it, it gets it pretty dang quickly. Let's go run back and just take one last peek at our skeleton spawners. I'll probably set the on-off switch to go to that guy. Let's see how the other's doing. Let's see. Highlands. Let's plop that off. And where do we have it? We have it no, we have it right here. I always forget that because we moved it. We moved it from the other episodes. Get out our Game Boy. Once again, Game Boy, where art thou? Let's go in there. And it looks like it might be keeping up a bit faster. Let's see. They still are slow to spawn in, but it seems like it's going a little faster. Yeah, that's cool. I think it's the equivalent of around like 4 mob kills per spawn in. I don't know. Maybe that's for the non-exact copy. I don't want to break too much to try and get in here, but I think that's doing well. I'll keep an eye on it, see if we actually start to gain a positive number of essence. See if that's actually a thing. But I think that's cool. So, other things. Next project that we're going to start working on. What is it going to be? All right, one last thing with the essence. It seems to be going well, but a pretty smart comment that I saw somebody left in a video when we were doing the slimes. You know, how they fix the slimes so they don't break apart and give you more. So you can get 4 times the essence or whatever per slime. Net positive. People are saying there's other mobs that split apart. One of them being the Heart Scar Spider, which I thought was pretty interesting. It actually sounded like a pretty good idea. So I want to see if we can try and find a Heart Scar Spider. Aw, yeah, here we go. Here we go, Heart Scar Spider. All right, we got that one and a jailer. Let's let him out. This way it won't despawn. Grab it in a normal one. Oh, no. Did we get it? 50? Okay, baby. And I think that's the big one. How'd there get to be a little one? Where'd the little one come from? Oh, I don't know now. All right, let's get rid of the baby one. Let's grab this other adult. Yeah, there must have been, I don't know. I don't know why it just split apart like that. Anyway, this is the one that's not reloading. This is the one that cannot despawn. So let's head back now and let's test it out. All right, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. So right now, that's how much essence we have in there. It's really just a matter of visually seeing how it splits apart. I have this Tesseract coming over. This is from the same signal that's coming from all those blaze spawners. But we have exact copy. That should be the correct thing. Let's plop down here. Let's see what happens. Because of these blocks here, might not be able to spawn in. All right, it should be about to spawn one. Okay, it spawned one. And it died in one shot. Dang it! Oh, man. That would have been so good. That would have been so good. I'm going to sit here and watch it just a little bit. Oh, man. That kind of stinks. That kind of stinks. Look at, you can see withers spawn in the other one. Over there on the mini map. See him? See him spawning in? Oh, that's cool. All right, come on, guy. Oh, this takes a long time, and that takes up a lot of essence. I don't think this is going to be a thing, unfortunately. Come on, baby. Definitely not the quickest, I'll tell you that much. All right, spawned in. And one-shot death. Oh, that stinks. Oh, well, it was worth a try. It was worth a try nonetheless. Let's plop that back out of there. And let's pull that baby out. Oh, man. I was so excited for that to work. But, oh well. All right, so moving onward. What are the next things that we have to do? All right, so moving onwards, the next thing that we got to start taking care of, since we are quarrying in the nether, we have got a whole ton of new types of ores that we do not have storage for. Of course, we have our bulk, like normal ME drive storage, but I've been trying to do most everything into deep stores just because I think you get better bang for your buck. So in doing that, we have got to set up a whole bunch, and we have not worked on our nether storage since almost we first moved into KingCo, since a long time ago, and it kind of brought to my attention when Exumavoid came over and visited. So I know he's been working on storage a lot as well. Originally, when we had this done, we were going to do the ME, what are they called? The storage terminals or the monitors to show how many of each item we have. But I started thinking about that, and really with applied energistics, that's not the easiest thing to do anymore, because each one of those, believe it or not, actually take up one of your signal channels. So it would just be a ton of wiring for something that's really not going to get used that often. It's probably going to cause lag showing the number of items. And I thought this would be a lot better, just setting out what each of the ores are, and then if we want to see how many, we can just peek in there, or looking in our storage monitor down here, we're able to see exactly how many of each thing we have. So pretty cool. There is a block for almost everything. There's a couple things we don't have. For instance, most of the mob drops, we'll probably have to use some type of bibliocraft sign, or maybe these ones will do monitors for. Who knows? But anyway, we do not have anything for almost any of the nether ore. The only things we have it for are the nether lapis and the nether quartz, and then of course the ardites and the cobalts. No, that's actually cobalt. That's not even lapis. So we have a whole lot to deal with. I could break them all down first, but I'd really rather not have to do that. I like the on-demand type of setup so that we can have everything, because there always ends up being better ways of compressing things. So anyway, we have all the different ores. We have nether diamond, nether lapis. We have a whole lot. In fact, I'm going to throw these back in and then pull them all out one by one so that we can see exactly how many things we have to do storage for. So nether coal, copper, diamond, emerald, ferrous, gold, iron, lapis, lead, magnesium, don't even know what that is, the mithril or whatever, osmium, period, pig iron. Pig iron's kind of neat. It actually turns into steel, which is super convenient. We already have one for that. Redstone, ruby. Man, there's a whole heck of a lot of these. So let's deal with all this. Let me get a deep store in for each one of these. Tungsten, uranium. Did we already get the tin? We got the tin. So I think that's just about everything. Then there's a few other things. Man, look at that netherrack go. That is so many netherrack. It's craziness. And then I should probably get something in for the overgrown netherrack and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, let me deal with all this and then we'll come back. Holy cow, this is starting to become a mess once again, which was the whole reason we started doing this. So I may have to redo a bunch of the wires, but for now, I know where everything goes. I can understand it. Really, this is the only part that's kind of sloppy. We had talked about before that we were going to have on each side the DSUs, and I'm actually going to change it to east, north, south, west eventually. So this would be where this other side over in this direction would go, which we're starting to get into that wall, but I didn't actually set... Oh, get the charger on. There we go. I didn't actually set up a new quantum link chamber. We'll get to that eventually. We only have a few channels being used over here. So I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. All the ones that have this creeper carved glass, those are all ones that are empty that I can use to fill in the future and switch things around. So pretty cool. I like it. I think it looks pretty nice. Got, yeah, just about everything. So much nether stuff. It's ridiculous. Then for now, I put these little creeper head marble blocks on top of all these mob drops that don't necessarily have a block. You know what? Slime might have a block. But anyway, I put, for any of the things that weren't like an actual block, I put the little creeper head. So the glass when it's empty, and then the creeper head when it's something that just doesn't fill in a block. And I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty happy. In any case, we've gotten the storage taken care of. We really don't have anything too much else to worry about. I am still pumping through the nether, but once that quarry finishes or we have a reset, I am going to go ahead and use, where is it? This bad boy, the MEIO port, to help partition all of our drives. I got a Twitter about this. People were asking, okay, so, especially after the Exuma video, how do you move stuff from one storage cell to another, like later on when you're trying to organize yourself? And that's all done with the MEIO port. You just take out your drive, whatever drive it is, throw it in there, and it will dump out everything in that drive to the rest of the stuff in your system. So that's going to be super important that we do, because we've had stuff dumping out into these drives up until today from all the nether quarry. So super important. We're not that bad. We only have one red, which means it's full. So nothing else to really worry about. And I think that's just full. Is it on types? No, it's orange when it's full on types, but still a space, but red when it's out of space. So good things to know. We'll take care of it. We'll fix it up. But in any case, that should be much better. So we took care of the essence today. I still don't think I'm keeping up quite enough. I could still be doing it faster. I'll just slowly add in more and more spawners. But as you can see, the energy storage over here, it's pretty filled up. So we're getting close. We're getting very, very close. And pretty soon, we're probably going to start seeing a net positive nether stars, which is very cool. We probably will never see net positive skulls, but the stars we will. Just because we're immediately changing them. So anyway, that's cool. It's too bad the heart scar spider things didn't work, but thanks guys for the suggestions. In any case, the next thing that we are going to start working on, I started putting it together. I think it's super duper fun. I love these little tech tree projects of moving up. I'm trying to find now what's the best way to process the ores. We haven't had any type of ore processing going for a long time since we had this original, remember this original setup over here with the Ender IO? Ender IO, of course, I think is way too slow nowadays for us to do stuff, and we don't get quite the output we want. But yeah, since probably like episode, I don't even know, maybe like 30 or 40, we haven't been processing any new ores. It's all from the old ore processing. So now for the newer one, I want to get into Mekanism, which does have the highest yield output. You start off, if you do it with a smeltery, just the energized smelter, throw it in, we're going to get 1 out. Okay, cool. That's what a normal furnace does. Now, if we do it in the enrichment chamber, throw 1 in, which is what we're currently doing, we then get 2 out because it makes it into 2 dust and then turns the dust into the ores. So cool, we get 2 out. Next, if we do in the crusher, I feel like the crusher may not work by itself. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, it can't go directly in the crusher, but if we have the purification chamber, which then goes into the crusher, I think this either triples or quadruples our ore. I think it triples. So it goes to there, to there, to there, to there. And that looks like it tripled our ore. Okay, so we got double, triple done today, which is cool. We'll go through all these steps, all this process all together. And I just got to 4 times just before I started doing it. We needed to do that with hydrogen chloride in the chemical injection chamber. But with this 1 iron ore will turn into 4. It turns into the iron shards and then into the iron clumps and so on, so on. And we get 4 out per ore. That's pretty cool. So the next one I'm going to be working on is the 5 times, and we'll do that again all together. It is kind of a mess. It only goes up to here. This is our HermitCraft, so it only goes back to here, but I'm going to try and find a really nice compact way to do this, really simple and easy, and we'll go through it all next episode. I think it's super cool. I think it is super duper cool, making all these sorts of strange gases and neato stuff and get such a high amount of output on our ores. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if it's something that's doable and then be able to process in bulk all of our stuff. But that's not bad so far. 4 times. 1 iron is going to end up being 4 iron ingots. That is so awesome. And then as we get it higher, I heard that it could even go to 7. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's only 5 times. But we'll find out. We'll push it to the absolute furthest that we're able to come next episode. But unfortunately, we are out of time. That's okay. We got a lot done today and a lot of little busy work. So I think that's cool. Got to change up our wings. We forgot to change our wings today. Forgot to change our wings. You know what? Maybe I should go change the wings real quick right now. I think there's only 1 wings that we haven't worn yet. The invisible wings we didn't do. We did dragon. We did feathery. I think fairy. I know some of you hate the fairy wings, but I think for next episode we are going to be a fairy. We're going to be wearing the fairy wings. So, pretty cool. Looks so funny. I don't know why. I love these wings. I think they're silly. Anyway, guys, thank you oh so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you did, do not forget to leave a thumbs up because it helps me out oh so much and it lets me know that you guys are enjoying the episodes and the work I'm putting into them. We should see another ModSauce up the day after tomorrow, as usual. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you can be first to watch the episodes. And help me out in the comments with any tips or tricks on stuff that we did this episode and about any of this new Mekanism stuff, anything that I should know going into it. I think that would be super cool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, peace out.